Hello. So, some people have been asking me to share some stories, and I am a sound healer. My name is Lauren, and I have been doing planetary sound healing for 7 years now, and always have been obsessed with the stars and the constellations. There was one point in my life where I was so depressed that I remember I didn't even care about the stars, and never ever again. After that, everything was opened and awakened, and the rock bottom allowed me to hear and listen even better than before. So, what I want to share with you is the story about the Big Dipper, Ursa Major, and a little bit with the Little Dipper as well. This is just an intro. I might share more on it later. But it was hard for me to find any videos where it's all put together in one place. I highly recommend people to study acutonics. That's the planetary sound healing. And they have a massive textbook written, co-authored by 5 different people who are just great on the subject. And they have worked with NASA. They've also worked with like anthropology professionals, people who are well connected in all those professions, to come up with all of, or as many as possible, the different stories of the stars from every culture possible. If there's any more, they just need to, add it. But that's a great resource. And then other things, other stories, any other layers to that I've come across, I'm just going to share with you now. So Ursa Major is made of 7 stars, and it's the Big Dipper, and it's within the Big Dipper is within the constellation of Ursa Major. So it's this bear shape, like a silhouette of a bear, and then on her back, that's where the Big Dipper is, and then her sun is shaped slightly different and looking at her. So they rotate around. So every season they're going around Earth in a different direction in the sky. The 7 stars that make up the Big Dipper are known as, and the Big Dipper is not really a constellation, it's an asterism. So that's something that isn't fixed. Maybe all constellations are asterisms, but we know that the Big Dipper changes over time. So it takes about 25,000 years before you can visually see it, but that has been known and documented. So the 7 stars that make up the Big Dipper are Alkaid, Mizar, Alioth, Megrez, Facida, I don't know how to say that, Fekta, Dubi, and Merak. And that spoon is going to continue to open over the next 50,000 years. So recently, I just said this prayer. I was thinking about it and hoping that maybe the little spoon could pour some sweetness into the big spoon or something, and that there would be a healing herbal honey that our bear can share with us, and it would help her be happy, and it would help our hearts be happy as well. So if we can imagine that for humanity and consciousness in the next thousands of years, hopefully that'll be a positive thing. So here is a picture of the constellation of Ursa Major. So this is supposed to be a bear, and it's just the shape of her here. So this would be her head, and then she has like legs coming down, and then this is on her back. Right here, there's something known as the Owl Nebula, and that is an interesting place. So the Taoists know this as Masupo, also known as Artemis in the Greek mythology. She is the mother of mercy. In Buddhism, she's known as the goddess Marichi. Christians would see it as the Virgin or the Mother Mary. In Roman, she's known as Diana. And so let's go back to Greek. That might be the most well known. And so we have Callisto, and then we have Artemis, and we have Zeus and Arcus. 4 characters. Zeus is married to Artemis, Sagittarius. She is a powerful woman. She knows that she's with this Zeus. He cheats on her all the time, and he's just a man whore. So he's sneaky about it too, not even sexy sometimes. Like, he sees Callisto. She's a forest nymph. She's very sexy, and she's a virgin and all innocent. And he tricks her into sleeping with him. And so then she finds out, oh my God, I just slept with Zeus. What the hell? And then Artemis is so mad. Not at Zeus, but at Callisto. So the woman is mad at the other woman, and Zeus just was like, whoop. And then Artemis is so mad at Callisto that she banishes her to be alone forever. And, mind you, a bear. Women don't want to be hairy, okay? Like, that's freaking mean. So mean. So she banishes her to the forest and says, you're just, you have to be a hairy bear and you have to be alone forever and ever. Ha! Because my husband's a slut. So anyways, that's where Callisto goes. She already had a son. His name was Arcus. That is the son of hers and Zeus's from the situation that happened between them. So Arcus is a hunter. He's in the woods. Callisto's a bear. He comes across the bear, and he's about to shoot the bear, which is his own mother in another form. Zeus sees this from above in the heavens, and he's like, no more tragedy for this. This has already been a shit show. The least he could do is save that situation. So he did. And I think in a native mythology, in the Greek mythology, they end up as being put into the sky. But in a native mythology, the hunter is going after the bear, and the bear runs up into an oak tree and the oak branch, and the hunter chases her. And the oak tree branch flings both of them up into the sky, and that's how they got up there. So they're safe and they're protected. The mother gets to be with her child. It is like Mary with baby Jesus. And we've all watched it, and it really affects all of our seasons. It's how people have been able to keep track of life. There was also another thing about how Artemis conspired with the Sea King, and she wanted to make sure that Callisto never came into the world of the ocean. And it's pretty special that sailors get to watch the stars, and Callisto gets to be a huge part of the ocean experience through humanity. Otherwise, she was supposed to be banished from ever being around the ocean. So, there's another thing. I don't know how to say it. It's in northern Italy, the Paduan Salone. It's a chapel or cathedral of some sort, and it has featured all sorts of different astrology tarot cards representing the seasons and the human experience. Those are all featured as Renaissance artwork all over the walls. And when you look at that chapel from a bird's eye view, it shows this. And there's one other YouTube video on this. I forget who did it. She did a great job. And actually, two other ones. This was from a university in England. But they looked at how there are pieces of art that represent spring, I think it goes summer, spring, fall, or maybe it's spring, summer, fall, and then winter should be here. But in this place, it got damaged and destroyed. So getting back to the bears with the ocean, in that picture, I'll put a picture of it in this video, but I just did a sketch of what is left now. This is what it looks like now. It's destroyed. You can't really tell what's there, but when I look at it, this is what I see, and I could still see pieces of it. So I did a replica, and this is what I think belongs there. And what is it? It's the bear at the ocean with an abundant amount of fish with her babies. You could really see in the damaged piece that there is this ocean and there's a ship at sea there. And why would there be all this open sky? Well, it does fit pretty nicely, the Big Dipper and the Little Dipper above them. So if that makes any sense, that would be cool. But when I look at artwork, I just get a lot of information, a lot of downloads, and sometimes I feel like, why do my eyes see this? But I just want to talk about this so we can help the story. So as she's put up there, she's been banished to bear it all. She's a very sad bear, but with so much hair. And I think through humans knowing about her and the human mind, we can really heal with her. And that's why I asked for like a healing herbal honey to be shared with humanity. I think it's interesting, as kids, we sleep with teddy bears a lot of the time. Every culture looks up and sees that constellation. Zeus made sure she was going to be untouched and that she was with her son. So another piece to it is, in the native myths, the 3 stars following the dip piece. Ursa Major is the whole bear, but in some stories they've taken just the trough of the spoon and they've made that the bear, and the 3 stars following that are 3 natives who are chasing after the bear to try to kill the bear. They're hunting it. And I personally have such a thing with that. I don't think we're supposed to kill bears, but there's a lot of people that disagree. But I think that those 3 chasing the bear, it's up to us to decide if she, how does the rest of that manifest? And I think I like to see it as she gets away, and as the spoon opens and opens and opens, it's like I see her. She ran down the mountain. She ran beyond the horizon. She lost those guys. And yeah, that's all I have to share on it for now. But I hope that you look up into the sky and you see the mama bear and the baby bear and get some kind of downloads for goodness in your life. So, all right. Namaste, everyone, and thanks for tuning in. Till next time. Bye. At night, when I lay myself to rest, 14 angels for me do their best. 2 at my right hand, 2 at my left hand, 2 at my head end, 2 at my feet end, 2 who will cover me, 2 who will awaken me, 2 who will show me to heaven's paradise. I am coming down the mountain, running like a fountain. Saw 3 men and I found them. Ran and ran till I outran them to the river where spirit drowns them. Owl watches all this on the mountain, so find your mercy without doubting. Nature will always win. She's always watching, protecting her mountain from within.